Welcome back to another sketchbook video. Yes, it's been a while. It's been quite a while since we did a sketchbook video, but I was determined to try to get one out. I still have tons of stuff that I need to do and a couple things I set on the back burner just to try to get this out so there wouldn't be another time-lapse video and instead be a full video. I always feel a little guilty for doing short time-lapse stuff unless it's in addition to the week. So, yep. I really like that pencil sharpener. Basically sharpen one side just to, I don't know, I guess sharpen the wood part, and then the second hole is to sharpen the lead. So it's really good. It makes it sharp, and I haven't had it break any of my pencils, even my really finicky ones. So I'm pretty happy with it. Glad that I got it. That's one of the things that I bought when I was in Florida, so it's my first time going to a Blick store. I actually sat down and I just thought I was going to scribble something, hope it turned out, but then I pulled one of my little papers that I usually do thumbnails on out of my cubby, and it already had like a little sketch on it. I think I was just scribbling once upon a time when I was bored, and or maybe it was one that I made and rejected at some point, but I was just kind of like, I'm gonna go with this one. So I did. That's how this guy came to be. Unfortunately, you can kind of see the paper on the left side, but you can't see what's on it. I should have thought that out and maybe showed it first, since you guys usually get to see the thumbnails. I don't have any big updates, really. I've mostly just been hanging on by a thread, trying to get a bunch of stuff done, or I don't know, most of the time I just get myself out of bed in the morning. It's been rough, but yeah, it's been okay. I'm still trying to find some sort of equilibrium. Even though this was my first sketchbook page in a while, I was still a little disappointed I didn't do something cooler. Also, you'll see near the end that I ended up having to do the last, I think what equated to roughly 20 minutes elsewhere. And it took days to get to that point because I was doing other things and we had to do the market, and I went that day. Sometimes they just go if they're just doing the food table, and then I go if we're going to bring our little business. We lovingly call it Bruce, but it's Blue Spruce Hollow LLC. So, yeah, if we're bringing that, I usually go and I kind of man that tent and do set up the tables. Sometimes my sister can come and help with the setup, and sometimes she's helping customers. So, yeah, I man this one. And it starts at, I think, 10, but we get there early at about 9. So we have all this setup to do, and it closes at 2. But obviously you're taking everything down so you don't get home until it's nearly 3, and then, I don't know, I'm sure tons of people have it, but when you go around a lot of people and you feel super exhausted, and then my son's stuff makes me super tired, and this last time it ended up giving me a headache and I got slightly sunburned. I still don't know how, because I got sunburned on the side the sun wasn't, so I don't really know what happened there. But it made me feel terrible. I was super nauseous that whole evening, so that was cool. But yeah, it was rough. It was rough trying to finally get to finish this one. I knew I only had a tiny bit of time left on it, and yeah, I just couldn't make it that day. I could not finish it. I also ended up getting really behind on steps because I do the whole step thing I have for years. I think 3 or 4 years or something now. kind of hoping that I will find some way to balance all the things that I need to do. There's been tons of fires and things like that around here. Just something I was randomly thinking of. Maybe because the ink wash looks like smoke, but that's been... It's just a lot, man. I wanted something kind of dreamy about this picture. Even in the sketch, just maybe someone kind of stuck in the dark. And yeah, they find a little star, a little light. And they can see the color in their little world, I guess. Actually, I named the video on my computer Small Hope. So, yeah, that was my idea behind it. Kind of the feeling I wanted to give. I really like drawing people with this wild hair and giving them not so normal eyes. Something almost skeletal, I guess. I don't know. I just like it. I'm definitely a bit out of practice on my ink wash. I could feel it when I was trying to paint. It wasn't so much frustrating as, I don't know, just felt a little weird. I still had some hand control. That kind of differs from, day to day. So it was nice to see that I had it that day. And the next day I did it was the next day. The next time I was able to do it, yeah, I was fine on that day too. I don't know how much the inking would have frustrated me on that day, but the brush was fine. One of my cousins gifted me that little porcelain plate thingy years ago, and I mostly use it for ink wash because it cleans out really well and it doesn't get a lot of crud in it, so it's nice. I like it because a lot of the plastic palettes, they get all scratchy, and I hate that. I hate the way that feels, so yeah. Just switched to my little porcelain plate. That's just another zebra mildliner. So here we are in a different place. There is background noise. We had to engrave a big, one of those like Stanley Cup looking things. We had one that we needed to engrave for someone that had asked for one, and we were running out of time, so we just had to share the space and do it together, and I didn't shut the door. I don't know why I occasionally do that, but it's fine. It was fine. It is a bit of noise. I'm sorry about that. If you really, really hate it, I will understand if you just mute and watch or leave it in the background or whatever. Because I know it's pretty loud. When you stand right next to the S1, it's pretty noisy. Fun to watch though. It's fun to watch them engrave. Actually, I'm working on a kid cup, and I need to finish the design for that, because it's just for a friend. It's just something that they asked for, so it's not like I'm really going to be able to use the design for anything else, but of course, no matter what I'm working on, I end up kind of going all out on it, so I've been putting a lot of hours into painting on that, and that has taken up a lot of my time. So yeah, that's one reason why I'm struggling a little bit. I didn't even want to go to bed last night, so I was trying really hard to finish that. I edited this video, but there wasn't enough quiet for a voiceover, and yeah, it's wild. It's wild out there. This is one of those pocket brush pens. It looks weird at this angle, but yeah, it's just the gray one that I have. And then one of my Tombows. I use a few of my Tombows because I just wanted to add a little bit more to the gray, but I didn't bring my black ink, so yeah. And this paper was finished with me. I really overworked it. It was so sad. It was just peeling like crazy, which is not anything against the paper. This is great paper, but when I'm going to try to do something slightly more ambitious that has a lot of water, I really should just get a piece of mixed media paper or something and not throw all of this at my poor sketchbook. Don't get me wrong, it did fine, but I had other ideas. I was gonna do some more stuff in the blue and in some of the dark spots and some of the stuff with the clothes, and I'm like, you need to stop. This poor paper is gonna end up with a huge hole in it just because I was being mean to it. Though I've mentioned it multiple times before, I will say that this acrylic marker that I have right here, this acrylic paint marker, I got it years ago, major years ago, in a Sketchbox. So, yeah, I don't know the exact brand or anything. I still have refills for them. They came in like these little squeezy plastic bottles, and I have 3 of those markers in varying sizes. I think a green, a blue, and that yellow. So, those are the only ones. Those are the only ones that I have, and I still use them occasionally. I just thought the yellow would look really nice over the clothes, and yeah, then went back in with my white Sharpie. I really like these little acrylic Sharpie guys. So yeah, this right here is the finished picture. You can tell it got a little, I don't know, reached a point in the clothes that I couldn't fix. It was too angry with me, so yeah. But I hope you like it anyway. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Have a good day or night, and bye.